Live from KXAN, this is Game Night, sponsored by South Texas Ford.
Well, good evening. Welcome to the second week of high school football. It is week 1 officially, and we start at Lake Travis. Cavs blew out Converse Judson last week. South Lake Carroll loses, so Lake Travis, number 1 in 5A after those 5 straight 4A titles. They also had the best year in 2011 of any high school, so they pick up that championship cup, and then they go to work on New Braunfels Canyon in their home opener. Baker Mayfield, well, we know about Mayfield throwing the football. He can run it as well. 41-yard touchdown, and look who's on the sidelines. Art Briles checking out some of the action. Here's Mayfield again. Pocket collapses, so tuck it away and run. Mayfield, he's tough to bring down. Little tightrope right here. In fact, Canyon never actually brings him down. They just blow the play dead, and then Mayfield showing the touch, that little fade to Preston Dupree. It is all Lake Travis. 49-7, Cavs a winner. Westwood and Bowie playing at Berger Stadium. Bowie losing to Pflugerville in the opener. Westwood winning their opener. It's Bowie on the board first. Austin Eschenberg up top to Trent Olson, and they take a 7-0 lead. Bear Fenimore calling his own number and rambles right up the gut to tie it at 7. And then Fenimore showing off the arm rather. Ty Marshall, and he scampers in. Low-scoring second half. Westwood wins 24-7, that final score. Westlake coming off a nice win over Cedar Park. Up in Temple, taking on the Wildcats. Ben Slaughter taking the inside handoff down to about the 2. Sean Rollings in there at quarterback. He scores. This is a wild one. Westlake leading 35-34. They are still playing up in Temple. Westlake holding a 1-point lead. Next stop, Reeves Complex. Chris Tavara has a couple of up-and-coming programs out there at Reeves. Chris?
That's right, Roger. 2 relatively young programs. Rowson just its 3rd year. Coming into this game 1-0 after an upset of Hendrickson. And then Cedar Ridge, its first year of varsity football and its first ever home football game. Hosting Rowson. Exciting game here at the Reeves Athletic Complex. Who is going to come out 2-0? As I said, first home game for Cedar Ridge, and it doesn't start the way they wanted to. Billy Ray McCrary with a 15-yard touchdown run. He walks in untouched to give Rouse an early 7-0 lead. In the second quarter, Cedar Ridge finally gets on the board. A field goal cuts the lead to 7-3, but that's all they would get in the first half. Later on in the second quarter, Rouse, a 10-yard quarterback keeper from Justin Pelt, dives into the end zone, makes it 14-3, and then later on in the quarter, going through the air, Pelt with a 10-yard touchdown pass to Joey Beauchamp to make it 21-3. That was the score at the half. Cedar Ridge eventually gets a touchdown in its first drive of the second half, but that's all it would get as Rouse goes on to play the spoiler role. Cedar Ridge loses its home opener 28-10, so Rouse improves to 2-0 while Cedar Ridge falls to 1-1. But that's going to do it here from the Reeves Athletic Complex. Roger, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. Cedar Ridge, the new team in 16-5A, a non-district game that used to be a district contest. Our KBVO Friday game of the week. It will air tomorrow at 7. McNeil, they're still in 16-5A, but Georgetown moves to Class 4A with the realignment, and new Eastview High School. But, well, the Eagles playing well tonight against McNeil. That's Austin Weston taking the handoff to the end zone for the Eagles. Nice crowd at Birkelbach Stadium, and then a little reverse. Weston, the pitch to Ryan Bedford. It is all Georgetown. They lead this one 56-27 in the 4th. We head down to Bob Shelton Stadium, home of the Hayes Rebels. Hayes coming off an opening game victory. They've got a fine quarterback in Caleb Kimbrough to Sean Learson for the quick strike. Anderson lost their quarterback Easton Johnson last week in the McCallum game, and they struggled tonight. Kimbrough to Hayden Cagle, and then you see Anderson, Daniel Minor with the sack for Hayes. They roll 35-7, that final score. Hendrickson and Leander. Hendrickson, of course, lost to Rouse, while Leander won their opener against Conley. They are loaded in the backfield. The handoff there for the touchdown for Leander. They've got a stable of ball carriers. And then we're going to see Derek Cleveland, Caleb Woodward to Cleveland, and then Woodward keeping it, and Leander all over Hendrickson. 35-0 is that final. Let's go down to Memorial Stadium. Veterans Memorial Stadium at Del Valley. Del Valley taking on Conley. Conley moving the ball, but Del Valley's Jerron Wilburn rips it loose and recovers, but then Conley comes back to John Williams, touchdown to Leo Dawson, and then more Cougars, but Del Valley's come storming back in this one, and the Cardinals trail by 3, though. Conley up 24-21. Over at Nelson Field, Vista Ridge and LBJ. Jaguars and Vista Ridge, second half, third down. See Randon Notch, the big hit on defense, and then later Kimbrough Miller up the middle. Miller 84 yards. Vista Ridge all over the Jags, 39-0 is that final score. Out in Bastrop, home opener for the Bears. What a difference a year makes out in Bastrop. Bears, Paul Whitmill, one of their star two-way players. They would take it on Gonzalez, takes the inside handoff and ties the game on the 53-yard touchdown. And then you see the fumble, Masta Hicks with the big defensive play inside the 5. And Antoine Davis, a UT commit at cornerback, but he also carries the football. And right now, Bastrop clinging to a 28-21 lead in the 4th. Down at House Park, Aikens opens up a 21-0 lead on McCallum. This is Frank Callahan, great run, but he loses the football. McCallum coming off the win over Anderson a week ago last night. Took a while for the Knights to get going, but they do. Griffin Stusser to their fine sophomore Sabian Cannon down the sidelines, and McCallum, they've scored 35 unanswered and lead this one 35-21. Defending 3A champion Wimberley Texans at home, maybe the best game of the night, taking on Giddings, and Adam Dock to Josh Mack, and Mack reverses his field, and he is on his way. Touchdown for the Buffaloes. And then it's Wimberley's turn. The pitch to Cameron Morris, and Morris gets the edge. This is a wild one, but Giddings holds on to win it, 31-26, the final score. So the Texans, after a perfect season last year, lose their home opener. Well,